Versace Dylan Blue, a very obvious one for this list. Ultra mass appealing, your typical shower gel scent but with some depth to it, a nice mixture of ambroxan and incense in the base. This is a really safe one to use if you're trying to get attention and impress girls. It's generic, but generic for a reason, because it's what works. So basically they've basically taken the formula that works and pumped it out with this. So while it's not super interesting, it's extremely safe, like the ultimate dumb reach. You know you're going to get good reactions, everyone's going to like this, and it can be got for a good price as well. So ticks a lot of boxes, this one. I've had loads of compliments for this. I'd say it's in my top 5, probably most complimented, certainly top 10. You know, it always does really well, so reliable. I'll always like Versace Dylan Blue, and if you want good reactions from girls, it's a great one to pick. Jean Paul Gaultier's Le Male Les Parfums. This has got me extremely good reactions. A nice, warm, spicy fragrance with a combination of cardamom, lavender, iris, and vanilla. But the iris isn't overbearing in this, and it complements the fragrance very nicely. So a nice, spicy, deep winter scent. I've had really good reactions from this. I can think of a girl saying to me, that's my favorite of all the ones I've smelled on you. So this is definitely a favorite. I've seen other YouTube videos with the reactions and stuff, and this always seems to go down well, and like on the blind tests and stuff. So yeah, very safe one to go for the colder weather. Here's one which surprised me, Bulgari's Aquamarine. Sadly now discontinued, but still some of them floating around if you do want to get this. So it's a nice aquatic scent, just out and out aquatic really, with an interesting seaweed note which isn't as polarizing as it sounds, and something you do really get used to. So it's not one of my favorites, but I have had good reactions from this, to the point where it surprised me. I've had strangers comment on this. I've had shop workers say, you smell so nice. It's one of those I couldn't quite believe the appeal it seems to have, and whether it's just a lucky day and like whatever I was wearing may have got compliments, who knows. But I can safely say that Bulgari Aquamarine has got me very good reactions, and is actually one of my most complimented. And I like it reasonably myself, enough to spray it from time to time. But yeah, other people do seem to really like this one. Parfum Somali Haltane. So this isn't one I would necessarily have thought would do well, but it's always got really good reactions for me. I think part of the reason is it's a very good performer, so projection on this is excellent and lasts a long time. It's kind of an earthy mix of a lot of things. You get praline in here, so a slightly gourmand aspect to the earthiness, and you get some fresh notes in the top. So I remember I was in a relationship with a barista who worked at a local coffee place to me, and she didn't initially comment on the scent, but after getting to know her for a while, she said during those early times you used to come into the cafe, you always smelled so good. And I remember Haltane was my scent at the time that I was wearing every single day. So it definitely got good reactions there. Obviously, like, a fragrance is a compliment to you, so they have to like you anyway. Fragrance, I can't believe I'm even saying this, but you know what the YouTubers talk about, you know, fragrance will do all the work for you and stuff. Obviously, anyone with a brain knows that's not the case, but they're a compliment to you. So if like, say, the girl likes you anyway, a fragrance can be that extra little percentage, and it can improve your confidence too, because if you feel that you smell good, that certainly helps your vibe also. But yeah, Haltane, a very good one, and has had good reactions for me. Any from the Stronger With You line is reliable for date nights or intimate settings, as it's got that warm, cozy nature to it, that chestnut, vanilla type of a vibe. I've gone with the amber one here because I think it's got an extra warmth to it. So if I was thinking of the warmest feeling Stronger With You, like the coziest, I would say the amber one. I haven't extensively tried it yet, but I know that all the Stronger With Yous go down pretty well. I used to use Absolutely quite a lot. I don't currently own that, so I'm not featuring it on this list, but imagine any Stronger With You for this spot on the list. I've gone with amber, like I said, because I think it's like the warmer, more cozier version. I have tobacco as well and sandalwood. But for this purpose, if you want to get like a nice cozy attention grabber that girls are going to like, I think amber is a good choice. Along the same lines as Stronger With You, we have Azzaro's Most Wanted Parfum. I am extremely impressed with this, and I prefer it to the last entry. This is one that gets good reactions as well. I haven't tried these extensively yet, but in the early stages I've got good reactions, and I know from speaking to other people that these tend to do well also. This one is a nice mixture of ginger and vanilla. You can sort of imagine ginger biscuits or ginger cookies, you could say, that gingerbread type of a vibe. Very warm and cozy and nice, kind of an edible touch, but not in a gimmicky way. This is extremely wearable, extremely mass appealing for a sweet scent. I enjoy this a lot. I think any of the Wanted line is a good pick for getting good reactions from girls. Wanted by Night, I include in that as well. But yeah, this is one of my favorites, and I really love the ginger aspect. Had to include Percival by Parfums Stamali. This is probably my most complimented fragrance ever. There is a slight bias there, of course, because I've worn it more than anything else, really. I used to carry this in my car. If I was about to get out of the car and like meet someone or do something, I would spray my clothes with it. So I did give it a lot of chances to get good reactions, but it certainly passed those tests, and it always does really well for me. Like say if a girl has like borrowed my fleece or something, I've like sprayed it in this, and she said how she loves the scent it left, and carried it around with her. So it's a really nice one. It does leave a nice trail on clothes, but in general it's just a mass appealing, high quality blue scent with some florals such as lavender. Ultra mass appealing, loads of naturals in here. Huge compliment factor here. I find performance is okay. I wish performance was a little bit better, but it does the job, and like I say, I can't argue with the reactions this has got me, so I'd always recommend Percival. Tom Ford's Noir de Noir, definitely my most complimented of the Tom Fords, and one of my most complimented fragrances in general. A nice gothic smell to this one, mysterious, spicy, great for the colder weather. This is another one where I've had good reactions from strangers as well as people that I know, which is quite unusual, I find, for a stranger to actually like compliment your smell. You probably have to be standing out quite a lot, so I can vouch for this. It does well. It's kind of a saffron, rose and truffle scent, so if you like the idea of and patchouli too, so if you like the idea of that kind of rose and oud, because I don't know if I mentioned oud, but there's oud here too, so a mixture of really dark notes, and you get a nice truffle touch to it as well. So if you imagine like a nice chocolatey, spicy, gothic dark scent, you'll probably really love Noir de Noir. One for me that's always got good reactions. So we could go with any of the Acqua di Gios on this list. I mean like Profumo, Parfum, or the Elixir here in front of me. I've actually gone with the Elixir myself, as I like the denseness of it. It's it's sort of deeper, spicier, darker, while very similar to Acqua di Gio Parfum. To the point I'd say if you have Parfum, you don't really need this. It's pretty close, and I know this is more expensive, so if you have Parfum, Profumo, or this, you're totally sorted. I just went for this one for this list, as it's at the moment I'd slightly give it the edge over the others as a personal preference, but that could be because I'm enjoying the slightly new edge to it, as I'm so used to the Parfum. But yeah, any of those Acqua di Gio, Parfum, Profumo or Elixir would fit this list. Always had good reactions and very safe, mass appealing, high quality smelling. If you're looking to go down the Creed Aventus type of a route and want something more citrusy than the other entries to this list, you could check out Abercrombie and Fitch Authentic. In the early stages of testing this, I've already had good reactions to this, and I can see that it's one that would do well for sure. So it's a nice, bright, kind of sharp take on Creed Aventus. A lot of nice citruses in here, and the dry down is pleasant as well. Very, very affordable. Nice magnetic cap also. But yeah, if we're talking the compliment factor and what girls will like, this is very, very safe. Like if you don't want to go down that blue fragrance route and you want something a bit more citrus leaning, then you could check out Abercrombie and Fitch Authentic. Up next we're going with Dior Sauvage Elixir. So this does really well. It's a nice spicy masculine scent with excellent performance. One thing I would say about this is to go easy on the sprays, especially if you're spraying your clothes. I would say no more than a couple of sprays with this one. But yeah, it does well, gets great reactions, a nice spicy take on Sauvage, going in quite a different direction to the original EDT and EDP. If you watch the reactions on YouTube too, this does pretty well in all of them, and in my personal life too, I've had good reactions. So for me, Sauvage Elixir deserves to feature on this list. Dolce & Gabbana The One EDP. Not my personal favourite, but I can't argue with the reactions it gets. Girls do tend to love this one. So it's a nice spicy tobacco amber type of a scent. Some semblance of freshness with the grapefruit in the opening, but in general this is a very sweet scent. Some might even say a little bit cloying if you're not really into sweet fragrances. If you are into sweet fragrances, this is a great pickup, and like I said, gets good reactions. Very safe if you want to go down the sweet route, like out and out sweet, I mean. It's a nice scent, performs better on clothes than on skin. I find this fades very fast on skin, a bit like Versace Parfum in that respect, but clothes for me does at least partially solve that problem. And yeah, like I say, not my personal favourite, but I can't argue with the reaction it gets, and this is a favourite of girls. Montblanc Legend Blue. I wanted to include another blue fragrance in this list, as I think blues are generally the safest if you're talking for reactions from girls, as they're kind of designed to be that way. They're safe and generic for a reason. So far I've only included the Percival and Dylan Blue from that kind of genre, and this is a good one to add as well. Does smell like Percival, but with a nice bright mint in the opening. Very affordable in the designer range, and I have had good reactions from this one also. I've sprayed it quite a lot in recent weeks, and I can remember getting good responses, and I myself really like it and find it very fresh and a very easy and appealing dumb reach. Up next we're discussing Metallic Musk by Spicebomb, well, by Victor and Rolf, one of the Spicebomb line. So it's actually my favourite of the Spicebombs. I really like Extreme as well, and I think Infrared is pretty good. But this is my favourite. It takes the Spicebomb DNA and loads of extra musk on top of it. I've had very good reactions to this, particularly as it's one of my favourites, so therefore one that I wear a lot. And yeah, I can remember getting good responses to this. Just the general thing of you smell so good, like wow, you smell nice. But I've had that a few times with this, and the fact that I really love it myself means it's certainly a winner for me. And speaking of Spicebomb, this is Spicebomb Extreme by Victor and Rolf. I wanted to include this in the list because it's had good reactions for me. It's a great December type of fragrance, Christmas in a bottle to use the cliche. A nice spicy combination of vanilla and tobacco. Honourable mention here to Tobacco Vanille by Tom Ford, which I haven't actually included. That has got me good reactions as well. And I think in general that tobacco and vanilla combination is a winning scent that does tend to appeal to girls. So if you have any of that type, like think Bulgari's Man in Black, this in front of me, Tobacco Vanille, I know there's quite a few from that genre, but you've got a winner if you've got any of them really, because they definitely serve a purpose and get good reactions, especially in the colder weather. Thank you for watching, guys. I really appreciate the support you give me and the channel, and I will catch you next time.